ever since I can remember as an adult and as a professional, I have always been concerned about young people. I have always been familiar with the importance of the development of young people. I have always been attuned to the fact that those of us who are adults and who are successful and who have done some things have an obligation to try to mentor and tout and encourage young people. So about a month ago, I was at church and I saw two young people sitting in front of me. That, well, I didn't know whether they had it going on or not, but they certainly seemed to have it going on. And I, of course, know their parent, and just something about them impressed me. And I couldn't garner but a little additional information at the time. But after doing some research and having chatted with this brother and sister duo who are doing a lot of great things in the community and who, have walked the road of success, I said, well, I need to interview them to present them to the public for a couple of reasons. First of all, to encourage the adult community. There are young people out here who are doing well and who have promising future and who are already involved in programs and activities. That's going to mean a lot to our community and mean a lot for themselves, And plus, I want this to be an inspiration to other young people, other young siblings, and individuals who just for them to know that success is possible if you do the right things, and they're going to just kind of express to us some of the things that they are doing and have done that contribute measurably to their success. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Ethan and Miss Reghan Lewis, the brother-sister duo.
Hi, Mr. Havisham.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you so much for that introduction and allowing us to be on your show. It's a great opportunity for us. We're excited.
A blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, since Miss Reghan want to come out the chute talking, we're going to let her go first. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, your education, just talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Reghan Lewis. Ethan and I grew up in Woodstock, Georgia. However, our parents, Chris and Rochelle Lewis, grew up in Macon. And so our grandparents, my grandma, Gail Randall Lewis, she lives in Macon. She grew up in Macon, and she was a science biology teacher at Northeast High School for 32 years. My Nana, Gloria Brown, was an educator at Danford Elementary. And so just a little bit about me. After graduating high school, I went on to Mercer University. So I got accepted. I came back to Macon just to be around family. I knew I wanted to pursue biology. I wanted to cheer in college. I got a scholarship to cheer too. So that was another big plus for me to go to Mercer, where I graduated with my bachelor's in science of biology, minored in psychology and chemistry. And now I'm currently at Emory University obtaining my master's of nursing. I graduate in May, so I'm counting down the days right now. And the road has not been easy at all, but just with the guidance and help of my family, my parents, it's just definitely made it a bit easier getting to where I am today.
Yes.
It's hard to top that. It's hard to top that, Ethan, but you can try. Go ahead, man.
I'm definitely going to try. She is the older sister, so we'll let her have her time. But my name is Ethan Lewis, senior finance major at Morehouse College. So my upbringing is a little different than Reghan's. So it took me time to really go in and do what I really love, as in with the education. So more so, I started off in high school in ROTC, and then I went from ROTC to high school football. So with the high school football, I really did that just because I knew I needed to get into college. So I really wanted more so my GPA and my extracurricular activities to really show on my resume. So I joined the high school football team and ended up having a love for football. So getting into that, so more so I moved to, I got a chance to get accepted to Morehouse College. So once I got that chance, I know first I was going to go to Tennessee State, mostly because all my friends were going to go there, and I was just gonna hop on the train, But I sat down with my father, and he really instilled in me and told me and really showed me that for my future goals, Morehouse was really the way. And for me to really develop as a young Black man, I needed to truly go to Morehouse, the capsule and the birthplace of the young Black excellence. So I went to Morehouse, and from there, I changed for the better. I changed for the better. Everybody always says, "Well, Ethan, you really displayed just so much intelligence, so much knowledge." So more so the way I just carry myself now, I give it to Morehouse. Just do so. I now went from that to junior class president to as well as senior class president. Then from there, I really started figuring out what type of leader I am, whether I lead through the righteous way or lead through discomfort. Through that, I also found myself as the lead career ambassador, helping the career development team help other people find internships to jobs. So with that all being said, that's what I really have done so far. And my upbringing, I would say Reghan and I upbringing is more so just a product of active listening. Listening and trusting in our parents and all our mentors, from our uncles to our grandparents and from our aunts.
Well, that is so significant and I'm glad that you kind of enumerate the program, project, activities, and individuals as institutions that played a role in your being where you are and having that projection of being highly successful. So, Reghan, I know that you're finishing your grad degree, and is it in nursing?
Yes, it's in nursing.
Okay, so what do you plan to do?
So that's always been the question. So first of all, I just want to preface and say it took a while to get here to nursing and figuring out what I wanted to do. I knew I always wanted to do something in the healthcare field. So while I was at Mercer, I actually was pre-med first, and then I went to pre-PA, so physician assistant. And then it wasn't until I volunteered at a hospice facility during the time I was at Mercer, and I worked alongside a lot of nurses and nurse practitioners, the CNAs, and really just got their perspective of nursing. And the main thing about nursing that I really learned at Emory is just you are the patient's advocate. You are there and a patient's, final wishes, their needs, you're there for them. And so what I plan on doing after graduation, I'm currently interviewing right now, but my interest is in pediatric nursing. So I want to be with the kids. I also enjoyed my rotation in the NICU, the neonatal ICU. So just between those two, but long-term, I know I want to do something in more of a leadership kind of business role. So whether that is going back to school, getting my MBA or my DNP, perhaps being a CNO of a hospital in some nurse management role. So I know I want to do something more later on. So going back to school.
Well, that's extremely important. And, healthcare is one of the basic growing field. You don't ever have to worry about a job. I noticed that both of you talk some about community involvement,
Right.
and the role that kind of interaction and activity played in your life. So, Ethan, talk about, how you got to be, in a position where you could be respected enough to hold such a prestigious position as senior class president or junior class president or whatever it was. Talk about, how you came to accomplish that and why it was important to be involved in things and stuff other than direct academic stuff.
Right. So what's always been instilled with me, even when I was just going to school as a kid, was my parents would always tell me that I'm representing them. So when it comes to representing them, I felt as if I have a reputation to build. So when I got to Morehouse, I still kept that. As me knowing who my parents really are, kind-hearted, integrity, just knowing all the morals and values that they have, I kept that within myself. And keeping that within myself, it was more so easy to really talk to others once I had those abilities. And me also having interpersonal skills, I can tell if somebody doesn't really want to get spoken to, or I can really cheer them up if I have to. So with me doing that, the goal is with the senior class or junior class president, you always have to get 150 signatures. And me being virtually for the first year at Morehouse, I didn't really know that many people. So I also had to campaign during my spring semester sophomore year. So everybody's, when we all came back, nobody's worried about academics. Everybody just really wants to network. So that's what I made. I really kind of made that more so a combination of what I had to do, education and networking. So I pulled both of those together, talked to everybody I could, knowing that I would run. I really wanted to see who else I knew, build my networks, because that's really what you go to Morehouse for as well, is building your network, because it leads to your net worth. So more so just having to talk to them. And I got the 150 signatures. And once I did that, I started realizing I remember their names. We have the smallest class. So it's kind of easier really getting personal with certain people and really building that community atmosphere. So once I got the job as the junior class president, I made it an effort to really build unification throughout the class, just because we didn't have that first year. And I also made it an effort more so to try to make sure everybody really does feel included into the service projects that we may do, or just the even fundraising. So really, I always stress to my classmates, if you have an idea or suggestion, I'm all ears, because no leader can move forward if he does not have inclusion or diversity. And you can have that without even listening to what other people have to say.
Oh, that's outstanding. So,
So,
Reagan, and hey man, I'm proud of you. I'm very,
I'm
very
trying,
proud of
I'm
you.
trying.
Yeah, no, you succeeded. Reagan, you talked a little bit about, your volunteering with hospice or whatever the organization was. So kind of talk about how important that is and what kind of advantage it has been to you to have been, I know that it played a role in you're making the decision as it relates to your profession. But talk about the importance, because, it's important that young people um, realize to expand, just like Ethan just talked about, to expand their network. I heard it about your networking
Of
will
course,
increase your net worth. I
of course,
heard you. I heard
of
you.
course,
But
of
but
course.
but Reagan, talk a little bit about your involvement in something outside of just strict academic engagement.
Yes, that's a big topic. I know for me, growing up, kind of academics were always my kind of one thing. I'm like, I know I have to get an A. I need to get an A on this. But as time went on, I was like, okay, we need a community aspect. I'm seeing my grandma and my parents engaged in their community, so I know I need to be doing that as well. So I, particularly at Mercer specific, they had a lot of programs where you could go out into the community and just interact. So a lot of different organizations. I would volunteer. They had Mercer mentors. So I would go to Central High School. This during my second semester, I believe, of my sophomore year. And you're assigned a classroom and you're able to interact and talk to the students there and ask them about their plans. And I thought that was a great idea because, there's a diverse group of students at Mercer, but they're seeing me in class. I'm a cheerleader there. I'm getting good grades. I want to do biology. I know I want to go to school after graduating Mercer. So they're able to ask questions and you get to see where they are and just encouraging them that you can do this. It is definitely possible. So that was great. Currently being in a master's program, nursing particular, I really trying to make a lot more time to do more service events, but I have done more, I would say, healthcare related service events. So unlike the hospice, I'm doing more like they have Camp Sunshine, which is pediatric kids that have cancer. And so they have fall festivals or little organizations where, you're coming with them and just interacting with them just as you would any other child, because at the end of the day, they are kids and they just want to have fun. So that was a good one. I also just recently in October went to the Dominican Republic for a service learning immersion trip, where
Wow.
you're there helping the underserved communities. There's various ones. So we did one day we were out of school, taking their blood pressures and getting all their vital signs, their height and weight, and just educating them on, you know, what's right to eat, what's not to eat. You know, they do speak a different language, so I was able to use a little bit of Spanish. So it was a great, I think, opportunity for it all, and to come back and realize, you know, we do need to implement more change outside of where we are, as well as within our own community. So just trying to keep on with the service as much as I can.
That is so outstanding, and congratulations. Really
Thank
appreciate,
you.
yeah, that involvement. So Ethan, so you are now a senior?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. About three and a half more months to go.
Okay. So you all, wow. Hey, invite me to the party. I know it's gonna be a party
Of
in May or
course,
June.
of course. We'll do. Always
Uh,
have fun.
yeah. So talk a little bit. You know, the president. You know, I used to own a florist shop, and we did her wedding. You know, she's from Macon, Miss the president. What's her name? Valerie.
Hmm.
The president. She's the president of the medical school. That's right. Not of the
Oh, the
college.
medical. Okay.
Huh?
Oh, yes. I think she is the president of the medical school.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
sir.
is. She
Yes.
is, because I did a wedding. I'm thinking about the medical school and not the college. But talk a little bit. Speaking of the college, so what are you doing at the house as the senior class president? What are some of the activities? And then also tell us your major too. I don't think we got that. And then so you
Okay.
can tell us your major and what you expect to do after the 3.5 months when you graduate.
Okay, perfect. So, as the senior class president, I'm listed to really just, like I said before, unify all the class of 2024, as well as make sure all their needs are made. So, whether that be them helping figure out how to graduate, I have council members to help them for that, or community service projects, really give back to the community, because in Morehouse, in the West End community, Morehouse traditionally, the seniors were the light bringers of the community who would be helping out more so. So really trying to bring that tradition back ever since COVID fell off. More so, the tradition has kind of fell off, but now it's coming back, of course. And as well as my major is finance. So with the finance major, so throughout my whole years of Morehouse, I preach Morehouse to anybody just because I feel like the endless opportunities are there as a young Black male. So I came in wanting to do finance or marketing. Then I got there and I saw that they were preaching to me. There was a pathway for journalism. There's a pathway to architecture, engineering. So I saw a lot of pathways, which led me to a standstill for I would say like for like a little bit, just to figure out what I really wanted to do. So with that being said, I did the research and it has led me to consulting and investment banking. So with the consulting, I love the fact that it's more so you'll be kind of a generalist. So it's a new problem every day, from technology industry to say you're helping out with a merger and acquisition. So it blends that finance and marketing that I really liked. So right now I'm in the process of interviewing with multiple consulting firms and finance industries, but on the finance, more so finance side, more so like the blend of the analytics and the impact on the real life change it has with any companies, or really finding any like financial situations. I'll know what to do, because I know within our community there's not a lot of financial literacy that is being taught, and I try to make that very much a point to give back to my youth. So right now I'm in the REACH program, which is partnered up with the Morehouse alumni chapter at Morehouse, which we go to the YMCA, Andrew Young and Walter Young's YMCA, and talk to about 25 9 through senior group. And we really just enlist in them principles, courage, self-confidence, as well as financial literacy, and more so the really how to be more proactive and not reactive to situations.
So that's very important, and I'm glad that the two of you espouse on the peripheral advantages of community involvement and community projects and doing things that's going to help and enlist and support the community. So
Right.
so are you going to straighten? So you're not going to be like Reagan. You gonna put school down for a while and go.
Now,
Hey,
now,
hey, hey,
now
hey,
listen.
hey, Ethan, you trying to increase your net worth.
Yeah, that work right there. See, it's more so well within the finance field, more so on it's really told that you really need to do 2 years of corporate America, then you would go get your MBA on what you really choose to do. So if I were to choose any other option, it would either be an MBA or I would love to get my JD in MBA because I would love to own my own consulting firm, whether that be with consulting with merger acquisitions to technology to oil. So I would love to really have, even to entertainment and artists. So I would love to be able to read my own contracts. So I wanted to really get the JD MBA, but that will be later down the line once I get the network up. So definitely.
I feel you on that
I'll
one.
let her out of school right now.
Yeah. So Reagan, what do you see yourself 7 years from now? Look at that magic wand, and let me see Reagan at whatever age you'll be 7 years from now.
Hey, so 7 years from now, I would be 31. So hopefully, not too much. Hopefully by then I'll have either obtained my DNP, so Doctor of Nursing Practice, or my MBA, and I'm in some leadership position. I know the pediatric nursing is definitely something I want to do right now while I'm young, but before I have kids, or once I have kids, I would like to be more in an outpatient type of setting as well. But yeah, just hopefully I'm, successful, I'm happy, have a family, married. Yeah, I just hope I'm happy and somewhere and yeah, just happy and overall just good.
Well, let me assure you that you're on a good path, and I got the utmost confidence that you will accomplish all of that projection, and I'll be around to see it and to congratulate you. How about you? Uh, 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 the net worth king, the net worth
Where
man.
do I
Now,
see?
let me interrupt you, but that's important. Ethan, as it relates to financial literacy, because that's one of the obstacles that has held our communities back, because we don't understand finance, we don't understand literacy, we don't understand investments, we don't understand loans, we don't understand interest rates and things of that nature. So I think that you're embarking on something, and I'm glad that you see the importance of financial literacy as a community service, because that's one of the vehicles that can uplift our community, particularly the African American community. So where do you kind of see yourself, although you've kind of talked about?
I see myself in a position to give back. That's always been the goal, as well as to specialize in something. I want to be the best at whatever I choose to whatever application and whatever interview I get, I choose to be the best at whatever I have, blessed to be having the opportunity in the future to have. So more so, I would love to like I also said, having my own consulting firm where we do entertainment to merger and acquisitions to anything in finance. We really want to focus more so on the small business side, because the way you help the world is you start a community, then you go on and help over and over and reach the large crowds. But I really want to be in a financial standings where I can give back as well as be well off in my finances as well. So I also see myself going back as well as getting the JD and MBA, I know it will be hard because I don't plan on going to college going to grad school right after I leave after these 3.5 months. But like my uncles and my father always tell me higher education is the way. Nobody can ever take knowledge from you, so I would love to just gain more of it. So that's definitely the route I want to go to. So.
Well, the two of you are true assets to the community and to your family and to
Well,
other. Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry, not to interrupt you. It's really us three. So we have a little cousin. His name is Alex Lewis. So he's actually his name is Alex Lewis. So more so he's a freshman at Morehouse College. He is Nathan Lewis and Nicole Lewis' son. He's really our little brother, and we're more so, I feel the pressure, and I know maybe she does. We're really doing it for the legacy, and more so we want to just keep on expounding on just young Black people in higher education. So he's carrying the torch very well. So
That's
we just want to
outstanding.
just talk about, of course.
That is so outstanding. Well, I'm sure that people will be calling on you all, and then since Ethan is so likes to emphasize net worth, and maybe there will be some opportunities for you all to speak to groups and to be consultants even at this young stage of your life. You know, I'm so impressed with the two of you and Alex also. I'm going on your word, Ethan, with what you're doing. You know, so if anybody wants to be in touch with you, you know, they can just call me. My information is available because there might be so many people calling, you'll be bombarded. So we might need to filter that because I know you all still got, I know you all are not out of school yet, but I cannot begin to congratulate you and thank everybody who has played a role in making you all who you are and what you are. I wish you Godspeed and continued success in all of your endeavors. And if there's ever anything I can do to assist you, you know, don't hesitate to call me. But I'm so proud of you. I really am. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so glad that the scenario presented itself where I could see you all, talk to you all, and get you on my show. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed two phenomenal young people, the brother-sister dynamic duo in the persons of Mr. Ethan Lewis and Miss Reghan Lewis. You all keep it up. Continue the good work. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com